Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Kim and this is Q&A where I answer your questions or I attempt to answer your questions. I'm in my robe today because I'm cold and I didn't feel like putting on clothes, so I just threw this robe on and this is what we're gonna do. This is what we are going to do today, okay? If I put a heart next to your question in the post that I put up, then that means I'm answering your question, okay? If I didn't put a heart next to your question, I'm not answering your question, not because I don't necessarily want to. It's a big question. Most times it's because the question is so big, it would take up the entirety of the video, and so I'll skip over that question, okay? Before we begin, everything I say here is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I say here is for informational purposes only. Everything I say here is alleged. I'm trying to get a good angle going here. Everything I say here is alleged, even in the comments. Alright, so first of all, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to those of you who celebrate the holidays. Every holiday. I hope you are enjoying yourselves. I hope you are enjoying your family. I hope you are having a good time. I hope joy was just brought to you. I hope you got to spend the holiday with someone. If you didn't, I hope you're able to bring some sort of joy into your world, because things are a lot. It's a lot for humanity. The energy, the things we have been seeing and hearing and trying to work through. Okay, not just what's happening politically, but just in your personal lives. We all go through tough times. Life can be hard. So I hope you were able to get some joy, do something you enjoy, engage in some self-care, all that good stuff. Okay, I had a good Christmas. I spent time with my family. We went out to the movies. It was nice. Okay, I need some water. Okay, so lots going on in the news. If you've been looking at the news, I really, I look at MSNBC.com. MSNBC really seems like the only, in terms of this sort of media, seems to be the only group of news people that are holding this administration accountable and calling them out. It's a lot of craziness happening, and just looking at my cards before we start. Before we get into it. Sorry for any background noise. Okay. Alright, let's see here. Let's get to the first question. Let's just jump right in. Sorry for the noise. Let's see here. First question is... What is the first question? It says, "Hi Kim, Elon Musk said in a recent interview post that no one has to worry about Dems winning midterms because he has a plan." Oh God. Is that what he said? All these people, anyway, I'm not going to go there. Kim Musk, Steele et al., whoever else is involved, be stopped from rigging future elections? Specifically, is there anything we as citizens can do to help? Take care of yourself. Is there anything we can do? Is there anything we can do? Only thing I can say is, well, first of all, let's see what he meant. Because that first thing he did really felt like a one-shot deal. What did he mean by that? What did he mean? It feels like he was just talking. Feels like bravado. Quite, energetically, it feels, that's what it feels like. Okay, but let's see, what did he mean by that? Can you show me in the cards, please? I'll get to the other part of your question. What are some things we could do? I'm shuffling. What did he mean by that? What did he mean by that? Okay. Knight of Wands. Four of Cups. Nine of Cups. Queen of Swords. He's desperate. I feel like I need to shuffle again. Yeah. Let me do this one more time. I'm gonna do a different deck. I energetically, I felt I should have switched decks. But those cards were cards I saw not too long ago. So, let me clear this deck. Alright, what did he mean by that? Now, if the same cards come out, those are the cards, okay? And if you've been watching me, you will know that is what happens with me. What did Elon Musk mean? Now, like I was saying, I heard that it's just sort of talking. Energetically, it's bravado. He doesn't really have a plan yet. And when I did the reading on that thing they did, it was a one-shot thing. But, what did he mean by that? Can you show me? I feel like I'm like shuffling very slowly and I don't like it. Eight of Pentacles on the bottom. Okay, let's see here. Temperance, the Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Wands. So we have Temperance, okay, Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Wands. Eight of Wands. Trying to do something. Seven of Pentacles. The Hierophant. The Chariot. They have a plan. Eight of Swords. The Emperor. The Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups again. The Six of Pentacles. These are the cards that was trying to come out in the first deck. So these are the cards. So you have the Emperor. You have the Nine of Cups that came out. The Six of Pentacles. This give and take, this charity. I scratch your back. Well, that's not what the Six of Pentacles represents, but that's what it feels like here. With the Nine of Cups next to it. Nine of Swords, they're definitely worried. Ace of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Pentacles and the Tower. The Queen of Swords again. No, it's the King. The Five of Swords, winning at all costs. Okay, this Tower energy here. So that's what it feels like. They're trying to, you know, I see them, show me. I see them in meetings trying to figure out they can't do what they did the first time. They want to try to put things in balance, and it has a lot to do with money. So investing into these races for the opponent of whoever is running against the Democrats. Just making sure I'm recording. The Six of Pentacles feels like the most important card here, even though there are three major cards here. The Six of Pentacles feels extremely significant here with this situation. Six of Pentacles is a card of charity. It's a card of give and take, giving and receiving, okay, accepting, that sort of thing. And it feels in their energy that's like the thing they're trying to do here. So it's like they're trying to formulate a plan. You have the Five of Swords, right? It's like bravado, arrogance here, willfulness, okay, willpower. I don't see, the only card I see here in terms of like trying to cheat is the Five of Swords. But the Five of Swords is like winning at all costs, cutting corners, okay? That's why the King of Swords is here. But immediately after those two cards, I'll show you. The Tower's there. This is the Tower here. Okay, you see that? And then the Eight of Pentacles here. Right here. Eight of Pentacles is on the other side of it. So trying to formulate a plan or trying to expand, but it's really gonna fall apart. It's gonna fall apart. I don't see them doing that massive cheating as the first time, because it was really a one-shot thing. It can't. People are watching, first of all. People are watching, and so they have they have the Temperance card, Wheel of Fortune, Hierophant, and the Chariot, and the Emperor. The Seven of Pentacles feels very significant too. I will say this. The Tower's here, but they're willing to go into battle. They're trying to make plans. There's a sense of arrogance within them, especially with Elon. It's a sense of arrogance within him specifically because he pulled off the greatest sort of thing the first time. And so now he's saying like, oh, don't worry, I got this. But the Tower's there. And the Eight of Swords is, there's something about him that there's something going to happen to him that is going to prevent him from doing whatever it is he's trying to do. There's something in his energy that is, the universe is saying, well, not so fast. You have plans, but we have plans too. Now let's see. Show me that. What is that? What is that? Can you show me, please, in the cards? Like, they will try to break the rules and cut corners, absolutely. But I don't see him in the picture. Show me what that is that you're trying to tell me. Oh, two cards. The Sun and the Three of Wands. Okay. Two cards fell out. The Sun and the Three of Wands. Transition. Six of Cups. Something from the past. Page of Pentacles. The World. Eight of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. The Empress. And the Two of Swords. The Nine of Wands. Four of Pentacles. Okay. Something's coming for Elon Musk next year. Something unexpected. Yep. We have the Sun, the Three of Wands. We have the Six of Cups. The Page of Pentacles, the World. The Nine of Swords. The Ace of Pentacles, the Empress, and the Two of Swords. The Nine of Swords and the Two of Swords here. Something's coming for him. What is that? Show me what it is. My stomach is growling. Show me, what is it? Can you show me, please? If you can, show me what is coming for Elon Musk. An exposure of some sort? Something overseas? You have the Three of Wands there. You have the Empress there. You have the World there. Something overseas, something something far coming towards him. You know, the Three of Wands is something, you're waiting for something to come in. And the Three of Wands is a card of travel, and it represents overseas. So does the World and the Empress. Nine of Swords represents scandal, you know, worry, anxiety. Two of Swords, something's coming for Isaias. What is it? Judgment on the bottom. Judgment. What's on the top? Seven of Wands. He would have to defend his position. Hold his ground. Page of Swords. Intelligence, information, news. Knight of Swords. Truth. My stomach is so loud. The Lovers. Someone will have to make a choice. Yeah. So something's coming for him. And it has to do with judgment, which is a prominent energy. Something will be exposed about him. He won't expect it. That's why the Five of Swords came out. Five of Swords is, you know, you're cutting corners, you're trying to do things, you're trying to win at all costs. That's the energy he has. But it's a cost. It's always a cost. Okay, so I don't. There weren't. The Hermit didn't come out. There wasn't. There wasn't the Seven of Swords. That sort of lying, cheating energy. There's definitely a plan trying to be put in place that he's trying to be in charge of, but he's gonna get something's gonna go left for him. Something that he won't expect. It has to do with judgment. And judgment, the tower, first of all, the tower's there, and judgment is the horn being blown. It's time for you to take responsibility. It's time for you to face judgment. It's a card of karma. And the World is too. But he will fight hard. He does have tricks up under his sleeves with the Chariot there. But something's gonna curb. I don't see him in this picture. Okay. Will he get arrested? I have no idea. Maybe I should ask that. In terms of what we can do as citizens, you can call your local governments and whoever's in charge of the voting system. You could even work at be a polling volunteer and work there, but really get a good understanding of the ins and outs of what happens there, and demand the safety of our elections at your local government polling place. You know what I mean? There needs to be a demand for a more, even more transparent, even more consequence for people doing stupid shit at polling. There needs to be some real security here. Will Elon Musk go to jail next year? Then we're gonna move on. The Hangman. Seven of Swords. Strength. Page of Pentacles. Six of Swords again for him. The Fool. Four of Swords. The Tower. His end will be slow, is what they're saying. The Hangman is about delays, pauses, things that need to be put in place before this thing moves forward with him going away. Seven of Swords. Lying, cheating, deceit, flimsy foundation of things. Okay, the Strength card. Resilience. He has resources. He's a billionaire. Page of Pentacles. Slow moving energy. But again, the same as Christy Nome. The same. The more you do, you're locked in to your end, right? The more you do, it's a slow moving energy, but it's a focused linear end. It's happening no matter transition. Six of Swords. The Fool. A new beginning. Four of Swords. This is the energy, how you approach something differently. And the Tower. The end. It'll be slow, so I don't know if next year. Something's going to curve him though. He's going to be in some sort of hot water next year. Honestly. But you know, he's got the resources, but it'll just add to the growing list of, he knows, you know, these people, it's just like, it's so frustrating that we're literally like, we're dealing with real life megalomaniacs and villains, and the thing is just money. We're dealing with people with mental health problems and like sociopathy and psychopathy. Like, we're dealing with pathologies, and they happen to have, you know, power and billions of dollars, and because of that people have to suffer. It just is so like, and it's always been this way since the creation of money and wealth. I don't understand it. I understand it intellectually, but it really makes you want to just like live off the grid. Because these people are real. The more I delve into the energy of this, and the more I look at, I'm not a conspiracy theorist at all, but these people really, these tech people, like oligarchs or whatever you want to call them, they are, what was I looking? I was looking at a story of a video game, this lore that I wanted to understand, and it's literally what is happening today. It's literally what we're witnessing, and this has always been happening, but what we're witnessing was that art imitates life. It was the same story. I was like, this is tech oligarchs getting involved in money, getting all this money from the government, making these policy changes regarding AI, owning the majority of the world's wealth, people suffering, people dying, people getting sick. It is sick. Anyway, we'll be alright though, but you know, I just had to rant for a second. Next question. How long have I been talking? A long time. We don't have a lot of questions though. Happy holidays, Kim. Thank you. What will be Kamala's first priority when she gets into office? It's a big mess. We can imagine for a second, right? We could do that. What will be her first priority? Oh man, that's a hard question. I just heard the answer. Ensuring the safety of ensuring the safety. Something about safety. Let's see. Let me pull one card here. I don't know if y'all can hear my stomach, but it's really ridiculous. Quiet down, you. Give me one card. What would be your first? Okay, it popped out. The Emperor. Power, authority, organization. Her first priority would be to show her power. The Emperor is about strength. The Emperor is about Five of Wands. Page of Swords. Exposure, intelligence. Queen of Pentacles. I felt that energy before I even pulled the card. I felt the Queen of Pentacles energy there. The Emperor is about power and authority. The Emperor is about control. The Emperor is about being organized. The Emperor is the one who says, I'm the one who is in charge. And so that would be something that will be her top priority, because people try to play in her face. And I think this journey she's been on, these lessons she have learned, has changed her. And she's going to come to the other side a different person, not in her core, not in her values or what's important to her, what she knows is important. But this says a lot if this is her first priority. The Emperor. To remind people who she is, what her position is. The gloves are off. And then you have the Five of Wands. Then you have the Page of Swords. Then you have the Queen of Pentacles. Her way of doing things may cause friction. And also the Five of Wands is about rising above conflict. Okay? And that seems like that with the Page of Swords next to the Five of Wands. Page of Swords is a very smart, it's a page. Pages bring news, and the Page of Swords, they're witty and intelligent. They have a logical, scientific mind. They know how to deal with conflict and, friction. And Five of Wands is also a card of exposure. Okay? Five of Wands it encourages you to rise above conflict. Page of Swords. And the Queen of Pentacles is this grounded, reliable, secure unshakable, unmovable energy. So her priority is to show her power. When you could do that, when you can show your power, you could get things done. I think what's important for this upcoming midterm is that we all come out to vote. And it has to be so overwhelmingly powerful that if they do cheat, it could be shown that there was a lot of people that came out and vote, you know. It has to be overwhelming. It has to be overwhelming. It has to be, people can't be at home, because everything that this administration is doing, going after these vulnerable populations, and then people thinking that it won't affect them, now the policies that are, it will affect you. There's so many people suffering, just not in our country. Cutting USA aid, cutting that. So many children have died in other countries alone, and they sit and celebrate like villains. And so Kamala will be where she needs to be eventually, but it's important now to remember she's going to do the work, by the way. She's going to rise so high, and it's important to remember, despite, like, you look at this shit, excuse my language, and you just like, this is the world has always been this way. But I think the world has always been this way. Terrible. But the world is good also, you know. And the more I get into global politics, and I was, you know, but looking at it with a third eye, looking at it deeper, and all the things that, you know, America is an imperialistic country, and I hate to say that, but man, we have to be better. We do. We have to be better. We have to be better. I don't know what else to say, but we have to really, people are really suffering, and we are being pushed up. It's going to take a lot, though. But for this midterm, we have to really come together and get it together. Okay? Okay. I don't mean to be, I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but y'all know I'm going to keep it real with y'all. We are at a point in society now where we have to say what the thing is. We can't talk around it. We have to say what it is. All this is happening because we have to see it. We have to see it and be like, oh no. Those horrible moments in history, those horrible moments, you know, the enslavement in America alone, and the Holocaust, and all those things, whew, humans doing those things to other humans, we got to see it. So I don't know, but Will we learn a lesson again? I don't know. I can't speak to that. Okay. What is the question? Bear with me, guys. Okay. No one can run into a movie theater or a theater and scream fire falsely because they would be arrested and held liable for any injuries resulting in such behavior. Why hasn't anyone held Donald Trump liable? Because his rhetoric can be directly tied to threats, swatting, death, etc. I added in death. I haven't heard one person tie him to the things that have happened. They did back in the day. When January 6th happened, they tied him to that. His rhetoric. That's why he got kicked off off of Twitter. Why won't people hold him accountable? I don't know, man. I always say, listen, if anyone knows anyone that's going to do anything about anything, just let me know. Because so far, that hasn't happened. Let me pull a card. I think the people who are mostly afraid of Donald Trump is his own people. The Magician. That's why. The Hermit. The Tower. Give me one more. Give me one more. As to why no one holds his feet to the fire. I don't think that's necessarily true. I think the people who are most afraid of Donald Trump is the people who are around him and the people who verbalize support for him. He just got sycophants around him now, so we're really off the rails. We're really off the rails. The High Priestess. Page of Wands. Okay. Yeah, the Magician. The Magician is a wonderful card. You know, there's a light side and a dark side to the Magician. Or there's a reverse side of all cards. And the Magician is about power, intelligence. It's about manifestation and wielding your magic to get things done and get what you want. And if you look at it on the flip side, a magician could be manipulative. A magician could be so manipulative that they get what they want. They could be a grifter. They could say, hey, look what I'm doing over here, and on this hand be doing something else, but tell you, they're doing the same thing in both hands. So people don't hold his feet to the fire because they align with his nonsense. Some of the news, they like the sensation they love that he's back in office because they have something to talk about. They don't like when things are boring and normal. And in that case, they have to make things up. But he is constantly enabled. A lot of these people that are around Donald Trump, outside of their own greed, I don't know it feels like some of these people, he has things over them, Especially Mike Johnson. Like, he is a mob. He's in the mob. But then on the flip side, like, none of these people are intelligent. So I don't know. They don't know how to do anything right. You can't even be corrupt correctly. But the magician. If you look up the energy of the magician, like, it's negative traits, negative quote unquote. Yeah, it matches. It matches. So that's why he gets away with, and I use the phrase get away loosely because he's paying the toll through his own choices and free will through his physical body. The things that are happening to him are probably some of the worst things that could happen to him. You know? Being physically ill that way. Leg just dragging. Can't talk. You're spasming in the middle of your speeches. That's bad stuff. Your mind going neurologically, or that's the worst type of punishment for him. So he's going through it, and we just all have to observe it happening. There's going to be a time where he won't be able to hide that anymore. It's getting close. He can't even lift his foot. So, And also, he's a white man. He has a bunch of money. He has power. That's why he gets away with. He's privileged. All right. Okay. Merry Christmas. Thank you. Will there be discoveries made this year in 2026 to cure cancer? Thank you. Not in this country. That's for sure. I don't even know why people... medical school here? I say nay. Go somewhere else. The answer is no. Not over. There won't be a cure. This year. Advances in research and like discoveries, yes. Not to a cure necessarily. And not to here. Not in America, I mean. The world is here, so it's not going to be over here. Page of Cups, Page of Cups, some difficulty. Ten of Wands, perhaps under burdens. Page of Pentacles, very slow moving progress. Okay. Nine of Cups, some discoveries. Death, transformation, yeah. Definitely some discoveries. The Chariot, Temperance, and the World. Can't show you that person's not wearing clothes. Yes, but not here. America is on standby until further notice with a lot of progress and things. We ain't going nowhere. This energy that is oppressing the good energy, slow moving. Hi Kim, Merry Christmas. Thank you. Will the economy and trade relations with allies be rebuilt, and their trust in the U.S. Let's see. People get so upset about the blatant lies that what this administration does, but they're not talking to us. We don't exist to them. They're talking to their base. They're not talking to us. The people who are not in a cult, they don't care about us or our opinions. They care about what their base thinks. The sun on the bottom, that's a good sign. Judgment, very good. 6 of Pentacles, Justice. There's a 5 of Pentacles, that's that isolation. 8 of Cups. Okay, let's see what's here. Well, that's not good that's upside down. I don't know why. 6 of Pentacles in reverse. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Queen of Cups. 6 of Wands. 6 of Swords. Lots of 6s. 9 of Wands. So yes. You have the Sun. You have Justice. This is just in the future. You have Judgment, I mean. You have 6 of Pentacles. It's charity, give and take. Okay, it's help. You have Justice, balance. You have 8 of Cups, walking into, wait, before that is the 5 of Pentacles. And then you have, that's the isolation. Then you have the 8 of Cups, walking out of that 5 of Pentacles energy. Then you have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. It'll take some time to get back to some normalcy and stability and security. Queen of Cups, our relationship, yes, it will heal. It will get better. 6 of Wands, most definitely. Okay, 6 of Wands is people supporting you. You got to be careful though. America's arrogance. 6 of Swords, from chaos to calm, transition, change, and the 9 of Wands. Card of resilience. Yeah, I mean, yeah. What I find, like, I'll be annoyed a lot because when this is over, all the news reports that will come out about, you know, the biggest heist in American history, Donald Trump steals, you know, they're gonna illegally steal all this money, all this extortion, all this changing hands, shaking hands under the table, all these things will be exposed. Election interference, like they always do every 4 years, an article will come out or the White House will release something. Well, yeah, we knew about it, and people don't react. You mean to tell me Twitter has been out this long, and since 2016, Twitter, Facebook, there has been known election interference, and y'all still have not figured out how to deal with that? Except for when Biden put in his whatever he did. Their protocol. Y'all still, I mean, y'all still didn't. Y'all just keep letting the viruses into your computer and not saying, I should get an antivirus software, you know. We should do something about the internet and misinformation. Maybe we should create our own database, you know? Something. I don't know. Maybe we should sue Twitter for interrupting and disrupting our elections. We need to legally figure out how to do that. They may lose, but it'll tie them the fuck up. I don't know. What are they gonna do? Do something. If any of y'all know if anyone's gonna do anything about anything. What will happen to Stephen Miller? What will happen to Stephen Miller? He's gonna... I was about to say something. I just saw Justice. Let's see if she'll come up again. Well, show me what will happen to Stephen Miller. What will be... Every time I think of him, his energy looks like a creature that from a movie, but I don't know what movie it's from. But it's this disgusting creature, and it's on the edge of my remembrance, but I can't. It's something so disgusting that disgusted me so much, but I can't remember what movie it's from. Where is that from? Can't remember for the life of me. Every time I think of him, that creature comes into my mind. It has like a big belly, and it's like a green creature with skinny legs, but I can't for the life of me figure out what that is. It's not Golem. It's not that. It's another movie. Anyway, what will happen to him? That's for sure. 3 cards fell out. His downfall will be quick and steady. I don't even think I need to pull more cards. His downfall will be quick and steady. Oh yeah. People already don't like him. He's a creepy guy. We have the 8 of Wands. Quick progression, quick movement. Rapid fire movement. News coming out. 8 of Wands is like a decisive movement. You know? It's like a missile being locked. Okay, and then you have what? The Tower. Rapid falling. Rapid destruction. Bye. Y'all see Pam Bondi about to get fired, right? Right? Then after the Tower, you have the 8 of Pentacles. Slow, steady fall. Okay? A steady fall from he's not even in grace. Is that creature? What is that creature? But it's disgusting. What is that creature? It's like it has like elf ears. It's disgusting. Y'all, some of y'all might know what I'm talking about. Then you have the Nine of Swords. You know, his worst nightmare. Nine of Swords is, like it's a card of worry. It doesn't necessarily mean, but the Tower's there. So it's also about scandal, news. A scandal coming out about you. I know. Someone look at his internet search history. Someone look at it. That's what we need to be doing. Okay? Where is Anonymous? Where are the hackers? That's what we have to see. If we're going to be dealing with this for the next 11 months, that's a long time. Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles, child. After the Nine of Swords. Bye, Stephen. He might go to jail. I don't know. Let's see. Will Stephen Miller go to jail? Can you show me? His end won't be good. I feel like he'll end up in the corner of the internet, though. I feel like he'll end up on a podcast or something. But it'll be his destruction will be rapid. It'll be pretty rapid. Did you hear that the people at the American Heritage Foundation is like quitting and fighting each other, and like everyone's so upset, and just like the girls are fighting? Pooh, child. Listen, when you get together, when no good people get together, a room full of villains, you're not gonna make it. Y'all not gonna make it. Y'all not together there for a good cause. Y'all not good. You are not kind. Everybody's crumbling, child. Eight of Swords. What's underneath that? Okay. Will he go to jail? He might go to jail. The Devil. Let's see if the Eight of Swords come up. The Hermit. Going away. He might go to jail. The Moon. The Wheel of Fortune. The Chariot. He's gonna go to jail. Temperance, Two of Pentacles. He might. Let's see what the... Will Stephen Miller go to jail? Will he go to jail? Will Stephen Miller... I think it's a maybe. Okay. Yeah, maybe. His downfall will be quick, though. It'll be very rapid. Be very rapid. Wheel of Fortune is there. Like, sir, you are... You're not racking up any good points. There's another question I saw that I... Oh, okay. Was it accidentally on purpose that the redacted files were so easily unredacted on the internet? Malicious compliance by agents. Good question. Now, I said they're just too stupid to part of me does feel as though it was malicious compliance. Let's see. Those Epstein files. For those of you who don't know, they uploaded these redacted documents and all you had to do was copy and paste. I hope that's not illegal, child. So I hope some of the people that did that didn't get in trouble. But all you had to do, I'm not telling anyone to do this, okay, if you're breaking the law. But all they had to do was copy and paste it in a Word document. And it just showed the redacted stuff. Unredacted. Because they didn't use the right software to redact they used Adobe Blackout. Which doesn't really black out stuff. So either they're incompetent or it was purposely done. Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands flipped over. Was it purposely done? Was it malicious? King of Cups. Let me tell y'all about Knight of Cups. The Tower. Wheel of Fortune. The Emperor. Might have been malicious intent. Compliance. The Chariot. The Magician. Yeah, they did it on purpose. Eight of Pentacles. That was done purposely. Yep. It was. That was done purposely. Oh my God. Yes, it was, child. You have the Eight of Wands. It was malicious compliance. You have the King of... Is that the King of Cups? Yes. You have the King of Cups. Okay. There's emotions. There's emotions. A lot of emotions involved in this. A lot of emotions. And the Eight of Wands is like fire. Like, you know, obviously the Wands represents the element of fire, but this quick decision, this quick emotional choice whoever did this made. A group of people or, you know. Because then you have the Knight of Cups. And the Tower. The Wheel of Fortune. And the Emperor after that. The wheel turning on him. The Tower. A quick emotional decision. Fuck this guy, you know? Because then you have the Chariot. There's something about control. There's something about authority and power that someone wanted to feel themselves. He's ruining everyone's lives, Donald Trump. Just by them associating with him, just from the way he talks to them, just from, I'm telling you, he is, because they know what they're doing is dead illegal. They didn't know what they were getting into. When you think you are aligning yourself with power, your proximity to power, because you want more power. The Magician. Donald Trump is the Magician, too. But this is this energy. Disillusion, manipulation. Not Donald, but the person or the people who... I'm sure they've done this before. Redacted things. That was done on purpose. Eight of Pentacles again. You know what I know, they have to talk about it, the news and these, people who have these channels, but when they talk about certain things, that you make the people realize that they made the mistake and they erase it. I mean, it's out there forever, but sometimes I wish, like, y'all be giving up the goat too easily when y'all talk so much about, oh, he's done, the clickbait titles they put in there. Just be cool about it. Maybe wait, don't do it right after. Y'all be jumping right in. As soon as y'all see they made a mistake or they did something, y'all be jumping right into the blogs and just talking about it. Like an hour later, and then they get rid of it, and then y'all be like, oh, y'all make another video as to, like, they're so corrupt. Of course. Let it cool off. They're not gonna notice. Let it chill for a little bit before saying anything. Or don't be, you make the video, record it, right? And you'll have the evidence, and then y'all say, but then they've removed it. Before y'all even said anything about it, about the picture or something that they, you know what I'm saying? Am I just talking? I'm not talking directly to the watchers. I'm talking to the people who run these channels, these political run channels. Y'all gotta chill with giving away so much of what y'all see. Play it smart. Even if they notice it themselves and remove it, you make the video, right? And be like, I wanted to see what they was going to do before I put this video up. And then you say, this is a video that I did when I saw this, but I didn't post it. Because they watching y'all. They ain't watching me. A black lady with 7,000 followers. They watching y'all. Play it cool. Chill. I don't know. Anyway, y'all need to just be smart. That's all I'm saying. Learn how to do, you gotta. But yeah, they did it on purpose. It's an emotional decision. But learn how to chill. You gotta play chess with these people, not checkers. That's all I got, y'all. I will see you tomorrow. I'm going to do a live tomorrow. I like lives. Yeah, I do. I'm going to do a live. I may also do a little... the thing about me channeling, I don't know. It takes a lot out of me. Channeling. But I kind of want to. I miss doing it. I do miss doing it, but energetically it takes a lot out of me, so I've been kind of like dipping in and out of it. Maybe I'll do a little bit tomorrow. Okay, but I'm definitely going to do a live. Please like this video, hype the video. Become a member of the channel if you want to support. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for interacting with me and listening to my ramblings. I appreciate it. Thank you for the well wishes. Enjoy the rest of your break if you're on a break. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Subscribe if you haven't. All right? Bye.